Hey guys, this is Czar, joining you again for another mental game session on a topic that might just be exactly what you need to hear in order to make that final breakthrough. Most short-term traders struggle for their entire lives to become profitable and to stay profitable. And as you would expect, most aspiring traders don't want to hear that. But it's the truth. I'm just hoping that the uncomfortable truth is more important to you than believing a comforting lie. The reasons traders lose are many, and they encompass everything from a lack of education and poor preparation to poor impulse control and a weak mental game. But in today's chat, I want to focus specifically on one major theme that I routinely see in the trading practices of most traders who spend a lifetime struggling to make it work. I'm talking about those traders who insist upon operating in their own little world of impossible math. Now let's get back to the basics for a moment. In order to run a profitable trading business, you simply need to make more money than you lose over time. You make money in your account by winning trades, and you lose money in your account by losing trades and from the fees, commissions, and other expenses that come with trading. The problem is, many traders find themselves caught in a perpetual paradox of what I call impossible math. The paradox revolves around the tendency of losing traders to consistently take their profits early while letting their losses run all the way to their initial stop loss or even beyond. And outside of an outrageously high win rate, this pattern of behavior simply will not work. The math doesn't work. As you can imagine, this widespread practice creates a mathematical conundrum that makes it extremely challenging or even impossible to achieve long-term profitability. Let me state the problem using the most blatant terminology. You will never become a profitable trader as long as you're taking your profits early while also allowing your losses to play out in full. It sounds pretty obvious, doesn't it? You would think that it shouldn't even need to be said, yet this is precisely what the vast majority of traders do day in and day out and somehow fantasize about becoming profitable. So how can this paradox even exist? And how can it be so incredibly prevalent? The tendency to take profits off the table early in trading can only be fully understood from an evolutionary perspective rooted in human psychology. This behavior has deep-seated origins in our evolutionary history and can be explained through two primary principles. The first of those principles is our survival instinct. Human beings have evolved over millennia with a strong survival instinct. Our ancestors were hunter-gatherers, and the ability to secure resources was crucial for survival. When they succeeded in obtaining food and other resources, it was advantageous for them to quickly take those items back to the safety of the tribe and to shelter and protect them. This instinct to secure gains and minimize exposure to potential loss is mirrored in our modern trading activities, where traders are driven to close out profitable positions quickly to lock in those gains and eliminate the risk of losing them. Here's the thing. We may not even like this behavior in ourselves, and we can blatantly see how damaging it is, but it's an incredibly powerful drive that has been deeply encoded into our DNA, and our freedom of choice is massively undermined by that coding. Another reason we do this is thanks to our risk aversion. Evolutionary psychology strongly supports the idea that humans are inherently risk averse. In the context of trading, this risk aversion stems from the ancestral environment where taking unnecessary risks could lead to life-threatening situations. As a result of this encoding, traders are driven to realize smaller profits sooner rather than risk losing them, as they subconsciously prioritize the avoidance of potential losses over maximizing gains. Now, that last part is crucial to understand. We subconsciously prioritize or prefer to avoid losses over maximizing longer-term gains. Now, what that means is our evolution-programmed subconscious minds don't even care about becoming a profitable trader or compounding wealth over time. It only cares about avoiding the life-threatening possibility of losing each individual trade, and only cares about avoiding giving back any profits that have been realized. This is a gigantic problem for traders because it's the subconscious mind that runs the show. Allow me to say this again because this could be life-changing for you. The subconscious mind runs the show, and it doesn't care about you becoming a profitable trader, and it doesn't care about you compounding wealth over time. It only cares about surviving the current trade and protecting whatever profit you've been lucky enough to see. In short, the evolutionary basis for taking profits off the table early is deeply rooted in human psychology. This instinctual behavior served us very well for millennia and still serves us well in many areas of our modern lives. But trading the capital markets is not one of them. In fact, when it comes to trading, we are wired to fail. Now, I just want to make something very, very clear. I personally struggle with this very same temptation in every single trade I take. After more than 3.5 decades of trading, the impulse to take my profit off the table hasn't subsided even a little bit. Recognizing and understanding these powerful evolutionary drives is the first step toward awakening to the real game of trading. Contemplate this for a moment. Nearly 100% of short-term traders fail over time. The reason they fail is because they're playing the wrong game and wondering why it's so hard to win. They're playing a game defined by news and economics and interest rates and price patterns and indicators and candlesticks. And they're playing that game while at the mercy of their powerful evolutionary wiring. Isn't it time to snap out of your fantasy world of impossible math? Isn't it time you started playing the real game? The real game of trading is a game of impulse control.